Okay, today we're installing some armour protection for the tailgate. So if you're not familiar, this is Xpel Armour's product. It's called a PPF, I mean it barely is, but it's the PPF equivalent of a spray-on bed texture. So it's very thick, all the specs are on the website. It's great for protecting this area of your tailgate. You know, we already have some scratches on ours, maybe you can see some of them here. So the plan is we're going to do this, eventually we'll do the two side these bits as well, I forget what they're called. But for now, this is the most vulnerable part of the tailgate. So in terms of what's in the box, you just get this giant piece of Xpel armour. It's a little over 5 foot long, and a squeegee to help with the application. So very easy to install. Unlike PPF or vinyl for that matter, you can kind of you can apply it, you can remove it several times to kind of get the fit just right. So I'll show you that as part of the installation. So let's get to it. Okay, so in terms of orientation, it's more or less a giant rectangle, but there is an angle here, which if I drop the tailgate, and this is how we're going to start. This angle obviously matches the angle here. So the general approach is I'm going to apply the first few inches at this end, and then we're going to work our way down to finish the installation. Make sure this is clean. You know, if your Cybertruck is anything like ours, the plastic, especially in the bed, really doesn't hold colour very well. It constantly looks washed out. So you may have used a treatment or something for this. If you have, then give it a good clean. If you've got some isopropyl alcohol, just something to kind of strip away any oils or waxes that a lot of the trim treatments tend to have to, you know, kind of maintain the dark colour. So with that done, we're going to peel away at this edge. So you'll see the material is very tacky, of course. You know, make sure your hands are clean before applying, but again, you don't have to be as cautious as you are with PPF or vinyl. There's Goose delivering his ball for me, because he does not respect the quiet on set instruction. So what I'm looking at here, hopefully you can see on this camera, so you're pretty well close to the edge here. There's a slight radius, of course, like there's on virtually every surface. So we're going to come inside the radius because we don't want the edge of the armour kind of going over that, because it won't do much, it'll just stick out, and we don't want that. And then we're looking down this as well to track that we're pretty straight. And if we're not, just kind of put it back, manoeuvre it, and do that. So I'm going to go all the way along now doing this, and then we'll kind of bring it over the top, and we'll take care of it from there. So I'm just going to peel a bit more of this back. And because of the nature of the product, you can basically steer it into the right place, so it makes it really easy. So I'm kind of pulling with this hand, this thumb, and then just looking at the edge of the plastic trim to make sure we're in the right spot, and then just applying a bit of pressure. For now, we don't need to use a squeegee. We're going to keep on going. As I say, lift and stick as much as you need to, just to keep it nice and straight. This is kind of like if you've ever, I mean I don't suppose you have, but if you've ever built a house or foundation or laid, you know, laminate floor or anything like that, the first row, getting that straight is critical to the success of the project. So that's basically what we're doing here. We're making sure that everything looks straight. All right, so just carrying along. You want to keep a reasonable amount of tension on this as well. You know, it's designed, the cut is designed to assume that, you know, we're sort of, yeah, just pulling on it a little bit as we work our way towards the end here. But not too much. We're not trying to stretch it. We're not trying to change the fit of the fabric or the material. And you can see I'm just peeling it back. So now I'm looking at this end. Just going to line it up in the right spot, and then kind of work our way back. Let's get this lifted up again. Okay, looking good, looking good, looking good. Okay, once I've done that, you can use the squeegee if you want, just to really anchor this edge. And then we can put the tailgate up. Oh, I should say, while I've got it open, we're selling some of the L-track accessories now. That's what you see here. We also have PPF for the rear lights, which looks kind of cool, especially if you have a satin wrap like we do right now. Got the Cybertruck sticker, and then we've got Cybertruck frames as well for the license plates. Okay, so now we know that it's lined up properly, we're going to start in the middle instead. I'm really going to give this quite a pull and just kind of lock that down like that. Now there's a sort of an angled corner here, and then this is a hard corner on this front edge. So we're going to kind of do that all the way along. Just kind of, you know, anchor it down very intentionally. And then obviously on this edge, we kind of want to steer it a little bit as well to get it nicely lined up. Look at that, it's perfect. And then I'm going to use the squeegee. You can use either side. The felt side just kind of slides a bit better. I'm really putting quite a lot of pressure on this at this point, just to kind of bring it from the back forward. We don't want to go left and right, we're going from the back forward. Just work your way along. Okay, and as you're doing that, if you hear sort of something sticking and unsticking, that means you've got some air trapped. I was kind of doing it there, but I kind of worked it out. But just keep going across here. Now, once we've kind of got the main pressure applied, we can go left and right. Kind of like when you're painting a wall or something like that. You know, you go up and down, but then you go left and right to make sure you've got nice even spread and coverage. And with something like this, that's important to do. And then we're just going to feel along this back edge just to make sure that it looks like it's properly seated and rolled over there, which it definitely is. So that's looking good. So then the last thing, we're just going to use either side. I'm going to go with the non-fluffy side just to kind of bring us over. I'm applying this indoors. It's about 70 something in here at the moment. If you're doing this outside, if it's a little cooler, then you really want to, even just using the palm of your hand, because obviously it's warm, just kind of roll this edge over a little bit because we've got a nice sharp corner on this side now. So you can do that, use the palm of your hand, use this as well, but really we just want to make sure that it's going to, you know, make that 90 degrees without any issues. And then I'm just going to sort of apply that like that. I'm obviously rushing for the video, but you take your time when you're doing this, but it's a very easy installation. It doesn't require much skill at all, just a tiny bit of focus to make sure that we're not trapping any air. Okay, now I'm just going to feel it with my hand, make sure that everything looks properly stuck down, which I think it is. I'm going to use the fluffy side just to kind of drag it along here. Really kind of double check that installation. And then feel across the top, make sure you don't feel any lumps or bumps, any trapped air, but that all feels really good. And there you have it, that's how you install the armour protection for your tailgate. It looks great. Okay, before I go, I just wanted to do one quick drop in. So as I was wrapping the chute, I saw a couple of bubbles here, so I just wanted to kind of show you how to pop those out if you need to. So all we're going to do is just peel it back, get a fingernail under there. You won't be able to squash it down, so just peel it back, give it a good stretch down again, and then just use the squeegee to take care of it, and you'll see now it's completely smooth. If you do somehow manage to stretch or distort the film as you put it back, just use a little heat from a hairdryer on hot or a paint gun on, or a heat gun on low to medium, and then that will kind of reset the shape of the armour PPF. But there you go. All right, that's it. Thank you for watching.